everyone. So let's kick things off with a quick question. Have you ever sat right across from a hiring manager, knowing deep down in your gut that you can absolutely crush the job, but suddenly you're struggling to find the exact words to actually prove it? Man, it is a terrible feeling, right? If you've ever prepped for an interview in today's insanely competitive market, you know the absolute bewilderment that hits when you're trying to figure out how to genuinely stand out. Look, we all have resumes. We all practice answering the exact same questions. But how do you literally prove you can do what you're claiming? Well, today, we're going to solve that puzzle together. This explainer is your ultimate masterclass on building a professional portfolio. We're going to dive into how this one definitive tool can give you a massive competitive edge and leave a completely undeniable impact on literally any hiring manager you sit down with. Let's get into it. Think of this as our syllabus for today's masterclass. Here is our logical flow. First, we'll answer, what is a portfolio? Second, why build one? Third, we'll look at gathering your evidence. Fourth, assembling the physical binder. And finally, going digital. Section 1. What is a portfolio? Okay, let's dive right into this and lay down our foundational theory. I want to start by posing a really common misconception to you. Is a portfolio just another name for a resume? Really think about it for a second. Put yourself right there in the interview chair. If the interviewer leans across the desk, asks to see your portfolio, and you just hand them a 2-page text summary of your work history, what message is that sending? Does that really satisfy what they're actually asking for? Well, the answer, of course, is a resounding no. A portfolio is a completely different beast. By definition, it's a collection containing tangible evidence of your skills, your abilities, and work-related events that demonstrates your true potential. Now, I really want to emphasize that phrase, tangible evidence. That is the core differentiator here. It means actual proof that they can see, hold, and evaluate right there in the moment. It's the difference between just telling someone, hey, I'm a fantastic graphic designer, and physically placing a breathtaking, high-quality printed design right into their hands. It's not just stating what you can do, it's actively proving it. To make this crystal clear, let's break down the relationship between these two tools. They aren't the same, but they are a team. Think of it like this. Your resume is a concise outline of your credentials, and it's sent out in advance. It's the scout you send ahead to get you in the room. The portfolio, well, that contains your resume right at the front, but then it's filled with all that tangible evidence we just talked about, and you take it physically with you to the interview. You don't mail it out into the void. You carry it into battle. Section 2. Why build a portfolio? Now that we know what it is, let's talk about the time investment required to actually put this thing together. I mean, it's totally fair to ask. If a portfolio is not absolutely necessary, why is it worth the work? I totally get the hesitation. Why do all this extra homework when a simple resume might be enough to just get you the interview in the first place? Well, it turns out it's incredibly worth the work. Let's unpack the benefits. It helps you make focused preparation for interviews. It helps you convince others of your skills and showcase your results clearly. But it's not just for the employer. It lets you assess your own career progress and create a personal database. That last part is huge. Human memory fades, right? By building this, you're literally forcing yourself to curate your best stories and achievements so they're fresh in your mind. It's a vital learning tool for you, the job seeker, to track your own ongoing progress. Let this quote from our source material really sink in. A portfolio is a powerful interviewing tool for just about all job seekers. I want to highlight that word, all. Sometimes we fall into this trap of thinking, oh, portfolios are only for artists or architects. No way. Whether you're an accountant wanting to show off complex spreadsheets you've optimized, a project manager displaying successful timelines, or a recent grad with a killer research paper, this is a universal tool for success. Section 3. Gathering your tangible evidence. Class, it is time to move from theory to practice and figure out what exactly goes inside this thing. So, what exactly counts as tangible evidence? I challenge you to think about this right now. Mentally scan your desk or the folders on your computer. What have you actually produced in your academic or professional life that's just sitting there, collecting dust? The list of artifacts you can collect is honestly massive. We're talking articles you've published and awards you've won, college transcripts, drawings and designs. It could be letters of commendation, stellar merit reviews, clean programming examples, or training certificates. And here is a super important point. Hobbies and volunteer work absolutely count. If you organized a charity event and built incredible leadership skills doing it, that goes in. Don't strictly limit yourself to paid employment. And this brilliantly illustrates our core rule. If you have written, developed, created, or earned anything, you can file, print, frame, photocopy, photograph, or digitize it. Seriously, don't ever think you don't have enough experience to build one of these. Almost any accomplishment can be transformed into an artifact. If you put in the work, you have the proof. Section 4. Assembling the physical binder. We've got a pile of evidence, so let's shift our focus to the physical construction of this bad boy. Here is the critical question. How do we organize this evidence so we don't totally overwhelm a busy interviewer? Remember, these folks are swamped. They do not want a chaotic, overflowing scrapbook dumped on their desk. Organization is the first silent test you pass. The magic number here is 20. Your portfolio should live in a sturdy 3-ring binder with a strict maximum of 20 pages. Why a 3-ring binder? Because it needs to be fluid. You want to easily snap open those rings to add or subtract documents tailored to the specific job you're going after. And why a 20-page maximum? Because if you show them literally everything, you end up highlighting nothing. Keeping it to 20 forces you to ruthlessly curate only your absolute best stuff. There's also a very specific sequence we want to follow here. Let's walk through opening the binder. Step 1, the index. Instant clarity for the reader. Step 2, your personal resume. Step 3, your credentials, so things like certificates and commendations. Always put the most relevant ones first, in chronological order. Step 4, educational degrees and volunteer work. Now, a quick pro tip. If you're a recent grad just entering the workforce, you might actually want to swap steps 3 and 4, putting your degrees and volunteer projects first, since that's where your strongest experience currently lives. Picture this for a second, entering the professional world prepared. This is you, walking into an interview, confidently holding a neat, highly organized binder that proves absolutely every single claim on your resume. You aren't just saying you're the best, you're proving it. That physical weight in your hands translates directly to authority in the interview room. Section 5. Going digital, web portfolios. Obviously, we have to address the modern landscape of job hunting. So, why is placing your portfolio into a web format extraordinarily powerful? Think about it. Physical binders are great, but for certain careers, paper just doesn't cut it anymore. Going digital gives you some massive advantages. It instantly demonstrates that you are current and contemporary. It creates a striking visual impact. Plus, it's incredibly easy to display photos, writing samples, or even live code online. For web designers, software engineers, or artists, this is absolutely crucial. You don't have to make a client sift through papers. You just send them a link directly to your expertise. And of course, those links can be added straight into your resume and cover letters. It's just seamless. But I've got to issue a stark warning from our source material here. Beware of free websites. You cannot control banner ads appearing on your professional portfolio. Imagine a hiring manager clicking your link, getting ready to review your stellar credentials, and boom, a giant pop-up ad from Madonna takes over the screen. Yeah, no. Nothing shatters your credibility faster than spammy ads. If you go digital, use a professional, ad-free host. Whether physical or digital, remember this golden rule. A portfolio is always a work in progress. You don't just build this thing once and toss it in a drawer. You have to maintain it, especially the web version. Test your email links, fix broken images, ensure everything is totally current. A dead link on your site basically screams, "I lack attention to detail" to an employer. All right, class, we've reached the end of our explainer today. I want to leave you with one final exam question. Looking at your own achievements right now, the papers you've written, the certificates you've earned, the projects you've absolutely crushed, are you truly ready to walk into your next interview without a portfolio? You've already done the hard work of achieving these things. Now, do the smart work of packaging them. Start building your portfolio today. Class dismissed.